Thursday and healthy and
Yeah.
cleared to go, and there's no
Yes, I
one.
did.
Do you know when your, can you tell us when your first contact practice will be?
We'll be at pads, I think it's on Sunday.
Sunday?
So we'll have some contact then full pads.
You changed the fields around, the angle of the fields. What's the thinking there? There had to be some reason.
That's not my mind. That was just Tony Leonard,
Okay.
our groundskeeper guy. So he said we want to make them go this way. As long as they got lines on them and they're the proper distance, I don't care which way we go.
Do you see any, having done it, do you see any advantages to have the new layout over the old one?
We're going way too deep right now. There's not a direction. Not that deep.
Are the stats between Mike and Nick going to be distributed the same way they were at the end of May?
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's the same plan going in. We've got to get those guys reps and get a chance to get them evaluated and see them in certain situations. So,
How long do you anticipate them splitting first team snaps?
I don't know. Until the starter emerges. So.
Good chance that Barkley may slip in there and get a few.
Yeah, everybody's got a chance. You know, everybody that's in camp is going to get an opportunity to show us what their resume is, and your resume is what you put on tape every single day. So, you know, someone continues to make plays, and another guy continues not to make plays, and that guy's going to move up, and the other guy's going to move down. So, you know, there's nothing set in stone. So, I would say our depth chart's written in sand right now. So,
It's no longer a seating chart. There's actually a depth chart.
no, I was just joking. I said it's written in sand.
Oh.
You get that?
Well,
So you can-
I understand that, but
It's the same.
I got you.
It's all the same. I'm just trying to say it a million different ways to see if we can get our point across. And there's an open competition, and somebody's going to rise to the top, and we'll have a starting name before our first game.
Are those conditioning tests universal in the NFL, or is it for each?
I think everybody does it, you know, from what I understand, but everybody's test is a little bit different to what their strength and conditioning programs are. But I don't know of anybody who doesn't have a conditioning test. You know, I think part of what we do is, you know, with the CBA and the new rule is these guys, we haven't been with them since the first week of June, so. And it's really a health thing. If you can't pass a conditioning test, how do you expect to get through one of our practices? You know, so we're going to put somebody out there that isn't ready to go, and I think it's kind of a preventive thing. And if all of a sudden he can't function through practice, now he's falling down and hurting somebody else. Like it's more of a preventive thing. But there's a certain physical fitness level that you have to be at, a minimum standard level that you have to be at to get through all of our practices, and those guys aren't there right now.
So it's not tiered to the bigger guys.
Yeah, it is too. It's all by position. That's why the test varies depending on what position you are. But it's still we're talking about passing the minimum standard here. We're not talking about qualifying for the U.S. Olympic team. So
What do you have to get through for a punter?
Yeah.
What's the,
all the specialists have the same test. So he has the same test that Dornbos has, and Donnie Jones has, and Alex has, and all those other things.
Is it less strenuous than a lot of the others? I mean, is it safe to say
Now,
that? You know?
specialists, I mean, they're still athletes, and they're still going to be able to run around. So they're not going to get a free pass. So.
Coach, how important are these days for the rookies and the new guys before the vets get here to get that one-on-one time with you and the staff?
I think it helps. You know, it's 2 days, and it's the way the rules are set up. So we're going to take advantage of those 2 days and get out there. And anything we can do with them, I think, is better than not doing anything at all. So you know, we obviously it's different than a normal practice for us. You know, we're only out here for an hour just because we know the numbers. What we don't want to do, and I think we're real conscious as a staff, is run these guys into the ground so that all of a sudden when the veterans show up that, you know, we got a guy who took too many reps in the last 2 days and he's got to sit for a few days. So, but they're still getting reps. They're still getting, you know, real emphasis on the fundamental aspects of the games, and we really didn't throw a lot scheme-wise at them, but they got kind of 2 days to basically get their feet wet, and then we really jumped into it. So.
How often do you plan on?